So what the hell is a deload week and why should it be in my program? Well, in this video, I'm going to explain that. So I'm going to take you through the start of my deload week where I'm doing a little bit of a chest and back workout. So regardless what I'm doing when I get to the gym, I'm always going to do a warm-up. So today's piece of cardio was 1500 meters on the rowing machine. And then I'm going to spend some time rolling out my joints. This is probably the most underrated part of the warm-up you will do, because by going through all of the joints in the body, you're kind of giving yourself a little bit of a diagnosis on what needs a little bit of extra attention in your warm-up. And then the warm-up continues into something a little bit more specific to what I'm going to be doing in my workout. And today, as I said, I'm going to be doing some chest and I'm going to be doing some back. So my typical thing will be 3 rounds of pull-ups, push-ups and shoulder dislocates. So let me take you through some of the main points of what a deload week should actually be. So the way I program it for my clients is every 4th week of 4 weeks of training is the deload week. The idea is we're going to lower the intensity and we're going to reduce the training volume. So in actual fact, you should feel like you're not really doing anything in the gym, and this is exactly the point. The reason we want to do this is we want to take the loading, take the stress off your nervous system, because when you're lifting heavy weights on a constant basis, it's your muscles that take a beating, but more so your nervous system. And I know when someone is super fatigued because number 1, their sleeping goes to shit. Number 2, they start getting niggles and the niggles don't go away. And then number 3, they're not able to lift what they were lifting the previous couple of weeks. Also, what's going to happen during the deload week is you're actually going to grow. Because if you keep the training intensity super high and you keep the training volume up all the time, your body actually never gets a chance to adapt. So by taking a deload week, you're going to get stronger and your muscles are actually going to grow. And the most important thing here is what we're trying to do is get ahead of your fatigue. I don't want to train a person until they're all of a sudden complaining that they can't sleep, their niggles won't go away, and their weights are gone down. I want to get ahead of that. So that's why once every 4 weeks we put in a deload week. So when they come back on week 5 to the next section of the program, they're ready to kick it in the dick again. So today for the chest and back deload, I'm actually only going to do 3 exercises. I'm going to do incline chest press, I'm going to do seated row, and I'm going to do tricep push downs. Because as I said, this is a deload. We're trying to remove the intensity, remove the workload. So what I'm actually doing here is 3 sets of 20 reps. Now the weight I'm lifting is probably 50% of what I would typically work with. So therefore, I'm not putting the heavy loading on the body. It's more like a cardio workout than anything else because of the high reps. Also, during deload week, this is a fantastic time to really work on your form. Because the weight is much lighter, what I'm always aiming to do is really get the lighter weights working in the muscle. Because trust me, it's not always about lifting heavy. If you lift with better form and you get more engagement in the muscles, you're going to get bigger, you're going to get stronger. So the second exercise on my chest and back deload day is the seated row. Now, I'm still using my lifting straps here because even though it's lighter weight, I'm still working high reps and my grip will fatigue eventually. And if your grip starts to fatigue, your form is going to go to shit. So I eliminate that risk straight away. And of course, the goal always with the seated row, remember you're not loading your spine vertically. So as you lean forward, a slight rounding of the back and a stretch through the lats is actually important. Then we're rowing that cable to the belly button and then slowly controlling it back to the stack. Even though this is a deload, trust me, you're still working hard. The weights might be light, but as you can see, I'm building up a sweat getting what I'm doing done. Everyone assumes that, oh, a deload week, oh, that means I'm taking a break from my training. In actual fact, you're not. You're still working hard. We're just taking the heavy lifting and the high intensity away. And the final exercise I'm doing is tricep pushdowns. Again, it's a lighter weight and I'm working for high reps. Here I actually go well over 20 because it's just the way it works out. I'm just getting a real pump on the triceps, but I'm not going to absolute failure. I'm always keeping a couple of reps in the tank. But one of the most important things that you will be doing during your deload week, and in actual fact, you should be doing at least one stretch at the end of every single session, is mobility. Okay, so today for me was a chest and back day. So I'm going to spend 2 minutes on each stretch, because if you spend any less time on the stretch, you're not going to get the benefits. Here in this position, I have a lacrosse ball just under my pec and I'm rolling over, so I'm getting a full stretch on the pec muscles, and I'm going to hang out here for a full 2 minutes, then I'll swap sides. And of course, I worked my back today as well as my chest, so it would make sense to do some mobility for my lats. So again, using a harder lacrosse ball this time, I actually put it into my armpit, but more towards the lat, the meatier part of the lat at the top. And again, I roll over onto the ball and I let that ball dig into the muscle and I hang out there for 2 minutes. And this is, as I said, super important to do anyway, but make sure you do plenty of it during your deload week. You should be getting your workout done a little bit faster than normal, and then it gives you extra time to work on that mobility. And at the end of the day, you recover better, you're looser for the next week, therefore you're going to train much harder in the next block. Hope this explains what a deload week is. If there's any questions, do not be afraid to reach out. Giddy up!